hit the wrong switch, trying to be cool. No, my fan's going off. Get back on there. There we go. I think. So, this is my review for Star Wars Rogue One. Wait. This is my review for Star Wars, a Rogue One story. Anyways, yeah, so this is after Solo, and, because the timeline, I had to make sure I got it right, but after thinking about what happened in the movies, I went and watched them in the order I thought was right, and I was. It's, 1, 2, 3, Solo, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so far. They could throw me for a loop eventually. In fact, I'm hoping for a, spin-off about Finn eventually, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. But, you know. Yeah, because Rogue One is like, that movie ends like 5 minutes before A New Hope starts. And so there's no way that Solo could be anywhere near there. Solo, I'm pretty sure, is almost immediately after Revenge of the Sith ends. So, there you go. But now that I got the timeline all fixed up. Also, the timeline does not include stuff like The Mandalorian, Clone, that I just mentioned, obviously. Clone Wars, Mandalorian, or whatever. I'll eventually make a Star Wars video explaining all of this, but I think most of you guys know. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not calling you stupid or anything. I'm just saying I think most people know. The internet on my computer... Why does it keep doing that? It keeps saying that there's no internet. Which is BS. But yeah, so, in Rogue One, this movie just kind of goes against what had already been established in A New Hope. It's like, they were like, alright, let's, stick to A New Hope, like the actual movie, very closely, as to not create any plot holes or anything like that, and fix up some plot holes, actually. But then, like, what happens in the movie does not at all match the description seen in the opening crawl for A New Hope, which I do not remember, but seeing as I watched these two movies back to back, I think I'd be the expert on that. Not the expert, damn it. But, you know, I think I'd have some knowledge of it. I could be wrong. I'm saying I don't think I am. I'm pretty confident in this. However, we see basically how the rebels got the Death Star plans, and it's a really slow beginning. And Saw Gerrera is nothing like he was in the Clone Wars cartoon. The dude was a Jedi in that show, and suddenly it's like they just pulled a name, like an Easter egg name, and we're like, guess what, guys? Guess what? They're gonna think it's this guy. They're gonna be so happy when they see him again. But he's like not even the same character. He doesn't have any connection to the Force. He's barely being kept alive at times, which is weird because Jedis and Sith can sustain themselves using the Force, light side or dark side. So it's like, why is this a problem for you? We see a lot of Darth Vader cameos. Robot Chicken did a Rogue One episode. Well, not really an episode, but they had like a little short there. It was not connected to any of the Star Wars specials, but, you know. However, Darth Vader, he's going in with all these puns and stuff. And the only pun that actually made it into the movie, or was ever even supposed to be in the movie, is the one like choking on your admiration or choking on your aspirations. Why is Darth Vader the funny guy? It could be argued that he's a little bit more Anakin Skywalker in this moment, and that's what's going on. But why did you make Darth Vader the funny guy? Something I really like about Rogue One, though, is I never felt that there was any reason to fear Vader other than, like, the stories and the, and his appearance and stuff. But then, at the end of Rogue One, you see just why you should fear that guy. Like, Badoofles. I just don't know, like, how this happened. It's so interesting to me that, like, they finally give you, like, a reason to be scared of this guy. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath and having trouble thinking. I don't know what's going on. And so Vader just massacring those rebels. There's actually one moment where the rebels' expression completely changes. This was pointed out to me by Jeremy Johnson. I went back and watched it, and I was like, wow. But this one rebel, he's going in, and he's like, asking for entry. He's like, let me in, let me in, let me in. And he keeps looking at Vader, and he's like, he's right behind me, let me in. And then he's just like, when Vader gets like really up close to him, he's just like, just take this, leave, escape. And then Vader just like melts him to the door. Dude, so the lightsaber went through him and through the door. That dude has officially been melted to the door. I hope no one has to come in there and clean that. But then, maybe it's like that mouse droid that constantly cleans after Vader's messes. There's a little kitty comic for Star Wars, and this mouse droid is like constantly... He's like a butler for Vader. Vader keeps killing all of his men, and the droid comes and cleans it all up. But yeah, okay, I think I know what the problem is. I figured out why I'm out of breath and having trouble thinking and getting kind of nauseous. Someone turned the heat up to like 70... Well, no, okay, so someone turned the heat up to 70 degrees, but the heater just went full blast and went to 78. I don't know why I don't know why everyone else is covered up in a blanket, because I'm over here about to throw up. My body hates heat. I like fire, but I hate the heat. I would prefer to freeze to death, honestly. That would be my way of going, even though it's slower and more painful. Because at least I wouldn't be in as much discomfort. If I'm going to die in a very painful way, I could at least be comfortable when feeling that much pain. With that out of the way, so yeah, Rogue One. I give it a good. I don't really know why everyone complains about the exhaust port thing. It's exhaust. Have you just cover up the exhaust port on your Xbox or something like that? It's not called an exhaust port, it's called a vent, but you know, whatever. Just cover it up. Your Xbox is going to catch on fire or melt. You know? But, yep, I don't know why Rogue One decided, like, oh, it's my secret plan, I'm gonna build this in here. Because that just raises more questions. Why did they trust you so much? Why would... Krennic's a freaking idiot. At least Tarkin gets to go down for this. And this reminds me, I was at my work, or I was at work one day. It was obviously a while ago. I've been unemployed since December 2nd. But, so, I was at work one day, and, someone's like, oh yeah, I finally got the computers working. And I was just was going over that scene in Rogue One that became a meme in my head. I was like, we are standing here amidst my achievement, not yours. And, yeah, because I was like, you don't even know how to put batteries in your remote. How are you going to fix a computer? I'm the tech guy. I'm the guy who knows enough about software in order to make this travesty. And this one. And yes, I am flying a Dorito. If I die, though, I get to switch into something else. Now I'm flying that boy. Now I'm flying a Dorito again. Now it's this boy. Okay, I programmed like 4 ships in here, and only 2 are showing up. There's the other one. There's another one. Yep, here's the 4th one. This being said, I'm the computer guy. Don't trust the woman who doesn't know how to put batteries in a radio. So, anyways, with that annoyance out of the way, the movie, yeah, I got a little tangented, because I was going to talk about the Krennic scene, and then I was like, you know what, this applies to my life, though. So yeah, Krennic, he's like, yep, I'm building the Death Star, and Tarkin's like, no, actually, I'm building the Death Star. Actually, Krennic is just like Darth Maul. Unfortunately, history will not see it that way. So, yeah. I think I got the quote right. I don't know, I haven't seen that meme in a while, but it just reminded me of that, because memes. This is a database of untapped potential. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I don't even know where it came from. There's a lot of stuff in here that just, I don't even know how it got in here, man. There's a lot of empty space in the back, but everything keeps going to the front, because it doesn't want to be in the back for some reason. I don't really know what's going on there. But, yeah, so, Rogue One, I'm not forgetting about Rogue One, I'm just forgetting about what I wanted to say about the movie. Honestly, it isn't that remarkable. The plot is nothing new, and I'm trying to sum up the plot. That's what I'm trying to do here, and it's just not working, because the plot isn't that good. Don't get me wrong, great movie, meh plot. But it's shot like it's like a war drama, you know? There are certain parts that lean into this, but most of the time, it's just a Star Wars movie, but with the camera trying to make you think, with like the camera movements trying to make you think it's a war movie. So the final confrontation on Scarif and like that whole thing is amazing. And the little scene at the end with like Jen and Cassian, I think. That was cool. Then they blow up. And then Darth Vader just absolutely annihilating everything was just badass. Like, you just have that opening shot, you just take a photo of that scene, or find a photo of that scene with Darth Vader just in the shadows with his lightsaber ignited. And after you've already watched this movie, you go and look at that scene, it will give that photo even, it will give you chills. It'll be like, oh shit. Like, there was a Battlefront meme, but like not the Battlefront one, let's not go with that. But it just says, have you ever stared death in the eyes before? And you just put that Rogue One thing there, and you're like, ooh. The CGI Leia, I should talk about this. The CGI Leia was a little weird my second time watching it. At first, I didn't even notice. I was like, oh man, that looks amazing. And then I watched it recently, and I was like, what the hell is that? I think I may have been watching the DVD release, because the one on my phone is the Blu-ray version, I think. Or at least very close to that. And that's why it looked different. Tarkin looks amazing all around, but there's something about Leia. However, Tarkin, there were like a few scenes, like when it was shown at a different angle, it looked like those Nicolas Cage, deep fakes, you know, the really low budget one or the really low quality ones, where like the face turns around, and you're like, that's not Nick Cage. Or someone did like Spider-Man as Tom Cruise as Spider-Man. That one didn't look like Tom Cruise at all. I could tell what it was supposed to be, but I was like, that's not it. And so yeah, sometimes the CGI ends up looking like that. But otherwise, it is really good, and they're getting the technology going. I think in the next Star Wars movie, which should be in like 2 or 3 years, I think they said, the next Star Wars movie should have the capabilities to do that. Oh, The Rise of Skywalker. I didn't mention this, but the CGI Luke and the CGI Leia in that movie also looked kind of wonk. But I think that's because they were wearing helmets, and they just didn't know how to do that in CGI. Because, like, that was terrible. When the mask opens, you're just like, ugh! Should have just kept the mask closed. I know who that is supposed to be. You didn't have to, you know, show me their face. But yeah, I've said everything there's to say about this movie and gone into a few tangents. So, Alan Tudyk plays K2SO. He's awesome. Well, both of them are awesome, K2 and Alan Tudyk. But not Alan Tudyk. K2 is kind of an idiot sometimes. He's like, these are my prisoners. I am taking them to a prison to imprison them in the prison. You know? So there are some funny moments in the movie, but the plot and editing and camera stuff, it's kind of weird. I also just still don't understand why people are so fixated on the exhaust port. Go watch that College Humor, but not College, Dorkly. They're the same people, but they go have different channels, so I don't know what's up with that. But go watch Dorkly. They did a video on it. The Death Star designer speaks out or something like that. But yeah, just an exhaust port doesn't do that. Like, it doesn't suck in torpedoes. And how did they even get the exhaust port to be that small? Like, we're talking this is what the exhaust port was probably, if I'm thinking of a Womp Rat as what a Womp Rat is supposed to be. The Womp Rats in some of the video games are, like, huge, man. Like, the distance between my head and my hand right now. That's how big they are. And I'm like, that's not... That completely ruins what they said about the Death Star's exhaust port. If it's that big, it's not going to be hard to land a torpedo in there. So, don't trust the video game Womp Rats. Mostly Star Wars Commander. Oh, and the Lego series. Well, Lego has never been to scale. That's not supposed to be. But yeah, give the movie a 9 out of 10 seems a little too generous. But an 8 seems like it deserves more than that. I don't know. I'm thinking an 8, like an 86 out of 100. So we'll go with 8.6 out of 10. Yeah, 8.6. That works for me. What did you guys think of the movie? Did you have any special opinions on it? Let me know down in the comments. I'm always welcoming comments. There's something I want to say about SM Zeus. Someone let me know. Someone clued me in on what that is. Because I've received like 2 or 3 comments telling me to get it, and I'm like, that's weird that you're all wanting me to get it, but maybe you're just, you know, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're just trying to help me out a little bit. But the website does not tell you anything about what it is, and so I went to go watch a few videos from like Sonic Parker and some other guy. And, it is scam, bro. It is scam, bro. You don't want to touch that, with a 10-foot pole. So, don't. But yeah, I'll make a video on it later. First I want to get my Star Wars marathon out of the way. Since there are plenty of other videos on SM Zeus. It's a botting website, by the way. So just don't go there, and I'll explain more later.